Alright, so today we're going to talk about the influence of Apple on the world. And basically, we're going to go over how it's like the influence, how it started, all their products, the innovations of the company. And so that's what we're going to discuss today. And hopefully, at the end of the video, you guys understand that how truly lucky we are that we have such a great corporation to pretty much just evolve the world. Alright, so get started real quick. So first, how many of you have an Apple product such as an iPhone, iPad, or iPod? See, many of you. There's, I believe, all 5 of you. That's really telling, because these products are pretty much the face of Apple. Everybody uses them these days. It's not just the rich people thing. It's not just strictly middle class. Almost everyone has. When they have a music player, they think of an iPod. When they have a phone, they think of the iPhone, because that was pretty much the original smartphone. And then the iPad is the ideal tablet, and people are trying to copy it. There's other smartphones that try to imitate the Apple product. There's other tablets. There's other music players. And Apple has fought through all that, and they still remain on top. Alright, so next we're going to talk about the innovations of Apple. Alright, so Apple started off by 3 people. The 2 most famous ones are Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs, who recently passed away, actually, and due to pancreatic cancer. So that was unfortunate. But they're the ones who made this famous company, and they're the reason why we are so blessed to have such great innovations. Now, Steve Wozniak actually went to Australia, and now he's trying to become a citizen there, just throw it out there, so he can even spread Apple internationally to even that country. So that's how global it's actually getting. Alright, so Macintosh computers, the interface, the iOS, the operating system of Apple was their initial marquee. Even today, people buy Macs all the time because they're virus free, and they don't get infected. That's the great thing. You can go on any site that Windows computers, not saying anything, that they might get infected, might even crash, but Apple, the interface that made it is so complex that it's impossible. The laptop will last you a long, long time. Alright, music players. So Apple started off with the iPod Shuffle, and then actually moved on. Yeah, we actually moved on to the iPod Nano, and now recently we have the iPod Touch, which uses that the touchscreen, which is actually very interactive. It's very fun. It's very helpful even for learning for little kids, because they can go on all the applications, learn many new things. And that's a great thing about the music players. They've made it into more than just a pair of earbuds you pop into your ears and jam to some music. Then the phones. As I talked about, the most famous phone by Apple is the iPhone, which was, everyone thinks it's the original smartphone, and you can make the argument that it is, because the technology there was the first of its kind. So then we start off with the iPhone 3S, 3GS, 4, 4S. Now we have the iPhone 5. All these evolutions, it keeps taking one step further. There's new features, it's way faster each time, and there's a great demand for the product. That just goes to show the influence of Apple and their customer base and their loyalty. Phenomenal. And then tablets. The Apple's tablet is the iPad, and that's about this big. I wish I had an example to show you guys, but it's about this big. It's like a big iPod, and it's great. It's helpful because it replaces a laptop pretty much, but it's not as expensive as the high quality laptop, and it does all the same things. Plus, it's even interactive, just like the iPod Touch. So that's just Apple being Apple. Next, we have some information on Apple, the company itself. They're not just a little monopoly that hogs all the money for themselves. They're the largest traded corporation in the world, over 12 in over 12 countries, 60,000 employees. That just shows that they're very successful. And then they donate $50 million to charity. That goes to show that they're actually very caring and they're not just hogs for all the money, and they give to the community. So I just hope that you guys realize the great influence of Apple on the world and how it's continually to evolve the technological world.